I know, I asked him how they got it in there. Yes, he said they snuck it in. And it was the president of Squirrel Hill. Hey, good to see you. I had a Steeler hat on when I got off the plane. I don't know where it is, but it's great to see you.
Your mom came to our house.
She told me that. And I just talked to Vicky, and I know she was there. And I'm a brother. Good to see you. You've been an absolute star for me and my family, and again, like I said, for me to articulate all this in this particular time after what I've been through, it's not the 3.5
You're watching the White House right there. President Trump greeting Mark Fogel, who has just landed in the United States after being detained for 3 years in a Russian prison. The two greeted each other right outside of the White House. The South Lawn is where they are. He said he could not articulate how proud he was of President Trump. He said he is in awe. President Trump himself also answered a couple of quick questions from reporters as it pertains to this really incredible moment that you are witnessing right now. One of them was about what kind of exchange might be happening between Russia. The president said it was very fair. President Trump, I was just listening there to see if he said anything. They're going to head into the White House, into the diplomatic reception room, where we will hear more from him there. Jeff Zeleny is at the White House right now for us. Jeff, an extraordinary moment that just unfolded there. Mark Fogel draped in an American flag coming toward the President of the United States after spending many years in Russia, not knowing, perhaps not even thinking, that he would be released anytime soon. And as you've pointed out, this has been a moment long in the making.
Abby, there is no doubt what a day he has had. Mark Fogel, of course, a 63-year-old Pennsylvania school teacher. You see a few members of the Pennsylvania delegation there, Speaker Mike Johnson as well. But when he walked toward President Trump, you could see the gratitude there. Now, as they're walking into the diplomatic reception room, this is where the President of the United States greets heads of state and every high-level dignitary who comes to the White House. And indeed, tonight, Mark Fogel is one of those, wearing the same clothes, that American flag draped over him, the look of gratitude and joy. And his mother. His mother started this with a conversation with Donald Trump last summer at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm told she'd grown frustrated by the Biden administration. Mark Fogel was not part of some of the prisoner exchanges that happened during the Biden administration. These are always very delicate, as you know. And just watching the president right here walk in with Mark Fogel, it is quite a moment. And let's listen right now, Abby.
Let's listen in.
He's a very happy guy tonight, so it's just a real honor, an honor to have you at the White House.
I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now. And I want you to know that I am not a hero in this at all. And President Trump is a hero. These men that came from the diplomatic service are heroes. The senators and representatives that passed legislation in my honor to get me home are the heroes. I am in awe of what they all did. My family has been a force. I think my 95-year-old mother is probably the most dynamic 95-year-old on earth right now. And I am so indebted to so many people. I think I remember a Churchill quote that he said when the RAF was fighting the Luftwaffe, and he said that never have so many owed so much to so few. And I put myself, fortunately and unfortunately, into that category, and I said, never has one owed so much to so many. That this superorganism of people that came to my support and the love that I was given sustained me for 3.5 years in a prison that had me in hospitals for more than 100 days. I was given more than 400 injections in that time. And knowing I had the support of my fellow Pennsylvanians, my family, my friends, it was so overwhelming that it brought me to my knees and it brought me to tears, but it was my energy, it was my being that kept me going that whole time. And I will forever be indebted to President Trump, to Steve over there. What a dynamic man this guy is.
That's true.
When I met him, the energy, the can-do attitude just exudes from his body. And when he smiled at me and introduced me and I got the feel for what has happened, you know, it's not just me, it's everybody. And Secretary Rubio, who met my son a while back, I'm a middle-class school teacher who's now in a dream world.
We're going to show you the Lincoln bedroom in a little while. It's a very special place. Appropriate for tonight, I think. Very appropriate.
And thank you all. And I love our country. And I'm so happy to be back here. And I wish I could articulate it better.
You've done beautifully, and he's got a great mother. And when I saw the mother at a rally, she said, if you win, will you get my son out? And I promised. She's 95 years old. And I said, we'll get him out. And we got him out pretty quickly.
She told me that exact words.
I remember.
And,
she made quite an impression.
And you also did.
Yeah.
And I'm in awe of what you've done and your team.
It's great to have you back.
Oh.
You're going to have a great life.